Okay, like this drill right here is the cloverleaf drill. And if you really want to work on your riding and your horse working good, like obviously I've used this term so much, but position, swing, timing, delivery. Those are the 4 parts that I've always thought of with my roping. If I keep my position sharp, my swing sharp, my timing sharp, and my delivery sharp, it seemed like I was able to maintain and keep my roping really good. So attention to detail is a term I use quite a bit. Like great building contractors have it. Anybody that's really good at what they do have a good attention for detail. So same thing goes into your roping. Like the reason that I take the time to do this cloverleaf with my horses is so that, as you noted, when my horse went around the corner, whether it be the Smarty or the Extreme, the body as it's going around this circle, I try to keep my horse's nose, neck, shoulders, and hips framed up exactly the same as the Smarty. Like I try to keep it mirrored. And everything I do has like run application or life application. So what we're doing here is going to apply to when I come around the corner and I come into a steer. I want my horse's nose in a little bit, so his head, shoulders, and hips, they follow that nose in there, and that's how I get him to line up and hit lane 2 really good, where we're not cutting the corner. I mean, how many of you heelers out there have it just kills you when you feel like you're cutting the corner a little bit and your shot is way out to the right. If you learn to keep your horse framed up, meaning exactly with head, shoulders, and hips in lane 2, then you're not having to have bad angles with your shots. So learning to ride your horse with your legs and framing him up is so important. This gives you, it's probably as good for you, the rider, the roper, as it is your horse, but it's good for both of you. So you really get to coming together. Like Jade Corkle made a comment the other day that it was so good. It's like, when I'm roping good, feels like I'm just sitting in a chair going down the arena. Like, and I relate to that so much. When I was roping my best, I was so with my horse. I was riding him the right way, and he was just mirroring my riding. So I was able to put him exactly where I wanted to every time. So this drill here is really good for that. The other day, well, actually yesterday, we were working a couple horses, and I counted 138 strides in this drill. 138. My challenge to you is, how many strides could you catch that steer from? Like, are you in position all 138 strides? And then nobody can do that. I swear, even the best of ropers, you have to concentrate from stride to stride to stride, which you have to do in a real run. There might only be 10 strides in certain runs, but you still have to focus and see every stride really clearly. This helps you start learning to do that. Like what you're seeing your horse do in your position, you tell your legs to do. Noticing that I'm not going to be using a rope when I'm doing this. I'm simply just concentrating on my left hand and my legs. And then later on, yeah, I throw the rope into it, but it's able to allow me to isolate my hands and feet so that I can ride better. So it's just a great drill for you to be able to stay in position. If your horse is leaking back, then you think about adding a little bit of leg pressure. If he's getting a little close, then you got to use your hands a little bit and back off with your legs. If he's a little bit to the left, you use your left leg. If he's a little straight behind, you use your right. But it really helps you learn to use your hands and feet to get your horse to, but that has to be automatic. Like Jade was saying about sitting in the rocking chair, it's a process before you're ever going to feel that feeling that Jade Corkle's talking about. It takes a long time and a lot of riding to do that, but this is one drill that'll really help you with that.